Hello guys, welcome to Sim UK. As you can see, we have Bus Simulator 18 on the channel today. I'm so grateful to Astragon and Still Alive Studios for allowing me a preview early access to this. We've been waiting a long time, have we not, Bus Sim fans, huh? Well, is it going to deliver on what we all hoped it would? There was a lot of hostility almost towards the end of Bus Sim 16's development life cycle. I've spent probably about, let me just get rid of this. I've spent probably about 20 minutes on this game so far, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am, however, going to turn this music off. Goodness for that. I'm not going to beat around the bush, guys. If you were a fan of Bus Sim 16, but you felt like, it was missing this and it was missing that and it was missing the other, and you have just been hoping and waiting for some sort of confirmation that Bus Sim 18 was either going to be really good or really bad, well, I'll save you a lot of time and effort, and I'll just say, start saving your pennies, because this is an absolute cracker. It's in beta. It's in pre-release state. It's full of bugs. I've only been playing 20 minutes and I've hit a whole bunch of bugs. It's very different from Bus Sim 16, but also incredibly similar. It's running on the Unreal Engine 4 now, Unreal 4 engine, and it's starting to look like other games. But there are models and elements of Bus Sim 16 which have come across, which you'll see in a moment. But yes, this is what I was just looking for. I didn't know if Track IR was on, but it is. Oh my god, it's got head tracking as well. Just start saving your money, guys. I could end the review here, but you want to see some footage, don't you? You want to see some gameplay, don't you? Okay, let's have a look here and see what we can do. I do need to set these controls up. Okay, so the first thing is that you can actually configure your character and your uniform. Looks like maybe you can have custom uniforms, like a different set of variety. Let's go. There's no white, interestingly. I'd rather he had a white shirt, but fine. We'll go yellow, green, light green. Oh god. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think you can change the face, but we do have female as well as male, so that's pretty cool. Don't know. Seems a bit limited maybe at the moment, or maybe I just missed some buttons there. I'm not sure. Perhaps there's more you can do in terms of changing the face characteristics.
Oh, hello! Over here! I'm glad to see you again. I hope the traffic wasn't too nasty. Anyway, look at this sweet Mercedes Citaro K. It's straight off the lot over in Sunny Springs. Of course, it's a smaller model, but I'm sure everyone in town will be hopping onto this bus and our little project in no time.
Okay, sorry, my earphones tried to shut off there. Hopefully you got the full extent of what she was saying. Basically, this is a character, I'm assuming, from Bus Sim 16. I don't remember her, to be honest, but there is an avid storyline here. And I've just turned on my Xbox 360 controller to see whether or not it picked it up, and it has. It's picked it up immediately, and so far, I mean, that's working perfectly. I can go first person by clicking the left thumbstick. An interesting bit of flaw. That's probably not finished. Left thumbstick brings me out again. Let's just have a little look around. I mean, this is exceptional already, is it not? And you can see the Unreal Engine influence, the way the trees... See, that's... it's like that's been set up backwards, that tree. The closer you get, the less you can see it. The further away you are, the more you can see it. Interesting. Not sure if that's intentional or not. They all seem to do it. That's quite funny. So anyway, remember, okay, big point. This is pre-access, early access, early preview beta. So they know there are a load of bugs. They are working on a load of stuff. And anything that I spot that isn't on the list that they've given me, I will be telling them about. So on release day, which is in about 2 weeks or thereabouts, most of it, if not all of it, should be fixed. Wouldn't it be cool if you could actually go down and through onto the other side of the road, or wherever that's supposed to go? Yes, excellent, really cool. In fact, that would be a nice feature if they actually drilled that out so you could walk underneath. It would be totally pointless, but it would be cool. Anyway, let's have a look at the bus. The bus, I would say, is very, very, very similar to Bus Sim 16. It's almost like they have copied and pasted the... almost like they've copied and pasted the models over. The same can almost be said for the... God, this guy runs funny. I would never run like that. I promise you now. Let's find some cars. Here we go. So you'll notice some of these look exactly like they did in Bus Sim 16. Now, I'm going off memory. Obviously, they're Unreal Engine modified or whatever. But there's certain similarities I feel between these and some of the older cars. Can they run me over? No. The AI are completely mental at the moment. They will drive into each other. They will brake unexpectedly. They will drive into you. All sorts of stuff going on. Must be an Unreal Engine thing, I guess. Right. Now, unlock the door. How do I do this? Ah, right. So it seems like I can't actually action this at the moment. Probably if I change it in the settings. Settings. There's settings. Oh, gosh. Okay, come across here. Where's the left mouse click? You've got lots of controls. Lots and lots and lots of controls, which is excellent. I've also got my SciTech here. I'm just wondering whether I can... No, it doesn't seem to be registering my SciTech side panel. But when I first loaded it up, it did recognise that it was plugged in. So maybe that's just a bit of tweaking required there. Where is the left mouse click? Right mouse button. Gamepad face button. Top. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So it seems like it was set up to be the Y button, but I'm sure I pressed that. We'll try that. Interact. Okay. Okay. How do we go back? Resume. Let's try it. Yes, that works. Thought I pressed that button. Clearly not. So, I mean, look how cool this is.
Don't forget to unlock the back doors, too. When you're ready, just get into the cockpit. In the meantime, I'll just sit over here.
So she's coming along for the ride. Although she said she'll sit here, but she hasn't actually got in the bus yet. But, yeah, this is looking absolutely blooming-tastic. And my head tracking is really sharp. Like, really sharp. That is cool. I am getting really excited. Now, unfortunately, because I can't bind anything... Oh my god. I can't bind anything to my SciTech side panel, but it's actually working. Without me having to do anything. Well, I never. This game just gets better and better. Alright, so what's the start engine button? This one? No, that opens all doors. Right, this could take a while. That does something. Ah, that's toggling. This is an old thing here. If I right mouse click, you lock into zoom mode so you can see what you're doing, and then you can like switch all this. So what was that button I just pressed there? Was it? That's the parking button. That's my horn. Oh, lights. That's really awesome. They don't do anything. That's my headlights. Just come out and zoom a minute so I can see what I'm doing here. Oh, that's flash. High beam, low beam. That's, yeah, I don't know what any of that's doing. Okay, how do we start the engine? That's the question. I can do it here, I suppose. Turn parking off. Speed limiter. Some of these buttons don't move when you click on them, but like I say, they are aware of a lot of this stuff. We'll put ourselves into drive. We'll take the handbrake off because we haven't found anything to change or do that. The steering wheel seems to be working. The accelerator seems to be working, and it's almost like I don't need a brake.
Oh, before I forget, I've got a little surprise for you. Just follow the route on the GPS.
So we still got passengers, and the GPS works okay, but with a little blue dot, and we're heading towards the green dot. Earlier I didn't know that. I've got no indicators. Well, I probably do, but they're not bound to anything that I want them to be bound to. The physics are off. If I brake really hard, which basically at the moment means taking my foot off the accelerator. See, there was a bit of jerky head movement there, but that's not realistic physics in the braking. And at some point I will figure out.
You see, my predecessor.
Oh, I took the wrong turn. I've gone back into the bus station because I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to blame you.
Where I used to work, we collaborated closely with the local bus company, which improved the satisfaction of our residents significantly.
I seem to remember the having the same problem with the accelerator and brake in the first game as well. I've got to say the mirrors are very good. They kind of look a bit blurry, but I can see what's going on, and yeah. Oh, at the moment, guys, pretty impressed. I mean, more than pretty impressed. I'm very impressed. It's like towards the end of Bus Sim 16 when they asked us what would you like to see in Bus Sim. I think it must have been like a language breakdown. Poorly chosen words perhaps, but I think what they were really asking was what would you like to see in the next episode or the next release of Bus Sim, being it. And it really does seem like they've actually listened and implemented exactly what we were hoping for. We've got maps, we've got modding. It looks better, it handles better, there's a lot of features, there's head tracking. They've been working very hard, I have to say. Hugely impressed. I think the light shine is a bit too high. It's a bit too in your face and a bit too out of control. I am going to have to figure out how to have a brake and an accelerator and not have the two bound together, because that's horrible. And the physics definitely need some work. Also, I'll shut up for a minute so you can hear the audio. One of the greatest noises, I think, from OMSI is the door rattle. And obviously most of the buses in that are pretty old, so the door rattle's quite significant. But there is a door rattle here that was never existing in Bus Sim 16, so I'll shut up and you can hear it for a second.
Oh, the first stop is coming up.
Typical, she started speaking.
I remember your training because I've invited a couple of people along on our maiden voyage. Just park close enough to the curb and within the markings. Oh,
next stop, Victory Road.
I think I just turned the engine off. So I was looking for an external camera, and I think what I did... Oh, that's for... So I changed gear. There we go. Woo! Sorry about that. Right. Yeah, the physics are just horrible right now.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning, Miss Tannhauser.
Glad you could make it.
Hello, Mira. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, Sam. How's your daughter?
Thanks, Mira. She's been really busy lately.
Oh, she's rather lively, isn't she? Glad to have you here. Everybody, please take a seat. We'll be departing shortly.
So yeah, I'm going to shut up and you can hear it for a minute.
Now, this is the hard
Oh
part.
God.
Do you see that clock? Do you think you can make it to the next stop in time? I'm so glad so many people have turned up just for this little test drive. They really seem pleased with the prospect of once again having a working public transportation network.
So hopefully you can hear the door clanking and crunking and stuff. It's a lot better, it really is. There's obviously a storyline that they want you to follow. And again, we've got this countdown timer thing for the bus stops. Now, I was never a fan of that in the first one, and I'm not going to be a fan of it in this one. I'm hoping that either there is a proper scheduled bus stop thing set up that we can adjust and create our own. That'd be fantastic. But this whole countdown style implementation is not exactly what I was hoping for, to be fair. I mean, it's the same as Bus Sim 16 in that sense.
It's going pretty well so far, isn't it? The next stop is right over there.
You can see how erratic the AI are. They just pull across like that into
Aubrey
each
and
other
I
all the
moved here a
time.
while back. We found a great apartment just up that street, and we've really been enjoying the neighborhood. There are a couple of great restaurants around.
Stop, River Promenade.
I think my indicators are working actually. Right, let's get these doors open. Oh, what did I press there?
May I introduce you to my fiance?
Hey, honey. The neighbors asked if they could borrow a lawnmower.
Sure, send them my regards.
Now, I don't know if you heard that or not, but her fiance called her, and I believe they were both women. Now, I'm not sure if that's a bug, or whether that's an intentional inclusion there of like a lesbian couple or whatever. Not that I care either way, but just I found it quite interesting that that's in there. If they've done that on purpose, then you know, it's like they're taking a political stance, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, there are female drivers in the bus game
I
now,
really love to
which is
walk
great
this
as well.
promenade in the summer. You always have a light breeze, and the trees offer some shade, and the river's close by if it gets too hot.
She's just going to keep talking, I think, the whole way through this. Can you hear that music? That's coming from that car. How cool is that, huh? There's a lot of stuff like that. I'll let him drive off. How awesome is that? Talk about immersion. Have I missed a bus stop? I think I've missed somebody. Let's go back. It's only a test run. We don't care if we're driving the wrong way down the road or anything. Is there somebody there? Gonna have to get this accelerator brake thing sorted out. It's horrible. So you can see that green dot is still there. I think, I don't know if I missed someone or whether it's just a bug or perhaps I didn't stop in the thing properly. I mean, everybody got on, so. Well, that's weird. Button 2 now, or button 1, or I'm not sure what button's doing it, but one of them is now not opening the door. Oh, there we go. I think if I'm looking at the the door here and I press button 1 or button 2. Crikey, I have no idea what's going on. Let's press on.
Next stop, Sigwalden, Lido.
Perhaps the green dot just stays there, I don't know. I've only been playing for 10 minutes, guys. Give me a break. But anyway, the audio from the external car there, really good. Another thing that I've seen that really impressed me was potholes in the road. Now, 3 things right there that I've never seen in any other game. A lesbian couple, in that sense over there on the phone call. The external audio from other cars playing loud music. I've never heard that either. The AI, this guy's just going to drive into me. Oh no. No, okay, cool. And potholes in the road. These are all things I've never seen before. And it's brilliant that they've implemented them. Not only have they implemented a whole bunch of stuff that we asked for, but they've actually really thought about it themselves and tried to make it really realistic, like a proper simulator. So I am so impressed. So impressed. Now there are a few things that I'm not too keen on. The external camera and the internal camera are linked. So if you go to the external cam and you swing around the back of the coach so that the camera's facing this direction, it will change the way in which you're facing inside the coach as well. So if you try and go back into the coach, there's a good chance you'll be facing this way instead of where you left it. I'd like to see the two separated so that you can leave your first person cam facing the way you want it and use the external cam at your leisure. Now up here somewhere is a pothole, so I'm going to try and hit it. And you see the whole coach or the whole bus dipped into it. There was the audio confirming we lost a few points. Pretty awesome stuff, I'd say. Pretty flipping awesome. That wasn't a full one, that was just a puddle.
Our next stop is over there. Oh, sorry. I'm just super excited.
Sigwalden.
Now I had a problem here earlier. See the guy in the wheelchair? He's come over from Bus Sim 16. I could not, for the life of me, get the ramp to extend. And this guy wants a ticket.
Ticket, please.
Oh, this is just a test drive of sorts. But wait, it would actually be a nice opportunity to make sure the ticketing machine is working properly, wouldn't it?
So he wants a week ticket. Oh dear. Week ticket, student.
Hey, I didn't think you'd show up.
Hey, Mira. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd make it.
Professor Zellerman.
2 tickets. I'm not paying enough attention.
As if I'd missed this
So it's going to cost him
opportunity. My
£48.
fiancé
He's
already
paid us
sold our
50,
car in
so
anticipation
we give him
of
2
delivery.
change, and that's him gone. This whole thing works really well
Let's
now.
hope this venture is a success. Have a nice day.
I'm going to have to bind that control button to something.
Sure, that's no problem. Could you lower the ramp so they can board the bus?
Engage the parking brake by interacting with the indicator lever or use the shortcut of P. Handbrake on, yeah. Close the rear door with num 2. So we have to close the door on the guy and then press G to extend the ramp. And then we can open the door again. Well, that just seems awfully confusing, but that's I couldn't get that to work earlier.
Thank you so much. Having buses will make it so much easier for me to get around again.
I think it was something to do with the fact that I had to shut the door on him before I could... Oops. Yeah, I think it's because I had to shut the door on him before I could get the ramp out. It just felt wrong. So I was struggling with that. Right. Oh. Crap. I think my left and right indicators are also bound to that thing. Yeah, it is. So I can extend and retract. Oh, if I let go of it, it closes again. So it only opens whilst I'm holding onto it. So the whole time I've been driving around trying to use my indicators, I've actually been extending and retracting this thing. Brilliant. So I've been doing that. Left turn, left turn. That's quite cool. Okay. Well, everything does seem to be working pretty well. Obviously, I'm going to have to go through and bind my buttons as I want to. Disengage the parking thing. I'm going to use the keyboard to do that.
Quite well so far, isn't it? I think we can move along now.
Next stop, West
Now, I was expecting a crash here with the
Lido is
AI.
a really great place for a bit of relaxing leisure time.
Let's
There
get rid of
are
that
nice
mouse.
rest areas, and for a reasonable fee, you can get a wonderful massage.
Hit a
There are even
pothole.
a couple of people I don't know here. Seems word has gotten around.
I don't know what that noise is, the noise. Obviously, that road is blocked off. I'm not sure why they have to do that. Oh, whoops. Am I going? No, I'm going the right way. It's okay. Whew, got distracted. So in terms of the bus itself, physics I'd say need quite a bit more work. I don't know if they're not currently fully activated or whether they're waiting for feedback from the community or whatever, but certainly I think the physics need a bit of work. The bus doesn't feel very heavy. In my first go as well, I was only using the keyboard and the mouse, and you might be able to change the speed at which the wheel turns, I don't know, but I found that the keyboard turned the wheel far too sharply, both when you were turning it and when it was returning to center. It didn't feel comfortable. It wasn't possible to get a smooth drive because of that. If you can change and alter that, then that's not going to be an issue. But for the majority of us full-on sim fans, using a wheel and the head tracking, well, crikey, it feels very good. With the exception of the physics, everything seems perfect, spot on. The wheels sort of one-to-one. The handling is good. Obviously the accelerator and brake I need to sort out. But mostly, all I can say to you is, get your pennies ready. This is one to buy. And just based on this is one to buy. And it sounds like they've really listened to the community and they're really making an effort to make this game good. And
This is our terminal stop. All passengers must disembark the bus here. After that, we'll drive to the garage to park the bus.
so it's nice having passengers that get on and off the bus. Obviously that was in 16 as well, but it does make a big difference, I've got to say.
To everybody who's still on board, I want to thank you for participating in this drive. With your support, we'll bring public transport back to Seaside Valley.
Excuse me, can you help me get off the bus again?
Oh, of course. Would you help the passenger in the wheelchair to get off the bus again?
Alright, ramp can only be used when the parking brake is on. Got you. That's why it wasn't working. There we go, dude. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting some gameplay on this, guys. I think it's going to be good. And that's obviously realistic. It's something I'm going to have to get used to. The order in which the ramp can be used. And I think, no, you can't lean outside the window. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I also like how the audio changes when the door is open. Everything gets a lot louder. So we're just going to take this little bus back to the depot.
We've been talking to some graphic designers to create some decals and wraps to customize our buses. Hopefully, we'll get some design submissions soon.
So that'll be for the... yeah. That was one of the things that was in Bus Sim 16 that I've never really seen on any other bus game. The ability to add decals of your own. You used to be able to upload and utilise your own. So I'm hoping they've retained that ability. But yeah, really, really good, guys. They've actually... I'll give them a little clap. They've done a good job here. Really good job. And, yeah, I think... I'm going the wrong way almost. I think it's definitely one to have in your game collection. There's no way I can deny the goodness that's come with this game. Sure, there are things I'd like to see improved. The lighting, for one. The physics, for two. And I haven't got past... I mean, this is the most I've played the game, so I don't know how the business aspects are going to be implemented.
Everything's all set up over there.
But unquestionably, there is a lot of good stuff here. I'm really very excited to get a Let's Play series going. And yeah, I mean, you guys have been patiently waiting for someone to come along and say if it's good or not. I'm on the good crew. Absolutely.
Well, all in all, I think that was a rather successful maiden voyage. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Turn off all bus lights by pressing the indicated thing. So, boop, boop, boop. How do I do that one? That wasn't it. Yes. We'll just use the keyboard. Turn off the headlights by pressing L. Turn off the ignition by pressing I twice. What? I'm sure it said press it twice. Put it in neutral. Oh, what's going on? It's kind of slammed itself into accelerate. That's not good. We'll just turn the ignition off. And that RPM is jammed there, look. Oh no, it's gone back now. Okay, a few little bugs. Just a few little ones.
Let me just collect my things. We've put some systems in place so you can start planning out routes and growing our little project. Let me show you real quick. Okay, I've written down a number of things we should try before we get you back out on the road. It's just to make sure the infrastructure is okay and ensure we can deliver a robust public transport system. First things first. City Hall wants us to run a pilot night line just to see how many people would use it. They'll finance an additional bus for you in return. I've already prepared a route for this and spread the word. Select a pre-existing route and drive it by night.
Okay guys, so that is going to be in the next episode, which I'll try and get out to you as soon as possible. But this being my first preview look, I cannot give you a review because A, I haven't had enough time on it. B, it's all probably going to change quite significantly. But clearly, there's a lot of good stuff here. Clearly, it's so easy to see that they have put the time and the effort in. They've moved to the Unreal Engine. That has been a big improvement. It looks like modding is going to be involved. It looks like there's going to be maps. Sure, there's some stuff I'd like to see tweaked and changed. The lighting, I think, is a bit off. The physics are not right. I would love to see realistic physics in this game, but it's so much better than Bus Sim 16, and it's most definitely heading in the right direction. I am so super excited for this one, and I think you should be too. I really appreciate you watching today. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and hit that damn like button if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care. Goodbye for now.